Let's go to Sun Studio to learn more about the man who inspired the story behind Memphis the musical.
Before Sam Phillips actually started the Sun label, his first sort of entry into the label game was a label that he actually started with Dewey Phillips, and they called it the Phillips label. Now actually, Sam and Dewey Phillips were not related. The thing that they shared was this passion for African American music, the blues, rhythm and blues music. Now, as it turns out, they never really got anywhere other than one release on the Phillips label. That was Joe Hill Lewis, a blues artist here in Memphis.
This is Beale Street. We don't see many white folks round here.
Well, I'll tell you the truth, ma'am. I ain't never had the nerve to come into a club like this before, but I heard you singing.
Well, you know, Memphis in the early 1950s was still a segregated town, and Beale Street was the main street of the black community. So for a guy like Dewey Phillips to, venture down into the clubs on Beale Street was really, breaking some rules, and he was a groundbreaker. But he really had his start in the music business. He was selling records at Grant's department store, which was downtown on Main Street here in Memphis.
Hello, good shoppers. The name is Huey Calhoun, and, I got this record here for you. Yes, sir, this is everybody's favorite, Mr. Perry Como.
Like a breeze, you.
Sorry, folks, but, Perry Como was putting me into a Perry Coma.
Walked into WHBQ one night, set a garbage can on fire, started talking on the air, and they gave him Red Hot and Blue. Went from a 45-minute long program to a 3-hour long program, 9 o'clock to midnight, 6 nights out of the week.
Hey, no.
Folks! This is Huey Calhoun, and the police just came and arrested old Buck Wiley because his show sure wasn't bopping, but it sure as heck was giving me the blues. Now, if you like the sweet sound of my sweet voice and you want to hear some real music, well, you just call in as soon as you can, because right now there are aliens, evil, ugly aliens conspiring to take me away from you. So, remember, the name is Huey, rhymes with woo-wee. Now let's, again, a rhythm and blues! Whoa!
Dewey was the one out there. He was out there before even Alan Freed doing his thing on the radio. He played what he wanted to play, and if he didn't like it, he would stop it in the middle of a song, take it off, throw it out, and move on to the next thing. He was the one really putting those, what they called race records out back then.
And he played all the stuff he liked to hear downtown, and stuff that Sam Phillips was recording, stuff that wasn't being played on any other radio station because it wasn't white music, it wasn't country music. But he'd play, Elvis Presley 1 minute, he'd play Howlin' Wolf the next, he'd play some gospel. He'd play one song, 13 times in a row if he felt like it.
The DJs disliked him from the get-go, but yet he got this reaction out of people. He had the highest ratings. It just infuriated them because they knew what they were doing and had all this experience, and yet here comes Dewey with this really country accent, just these way out there ideas, and it blew people's minds.
One of my favorite ones was, he would do split personalities. He would talk to himself, and he used to say, he'd call in as this girl Mabel, and Mabel would want to date one of the artists he had just played, and he'd say, "Get off the turntable, Mabel, you're too old to date musicians."
See, Mama, your heathen son is making good on the radio. Hockadoo!
And what the hell is this?
Hookadoo?
Yeah, what the hell's it mean? Is it dirty?
Hey, show's going great, ain't it?
Calhoun, this hockadoo, what the hell's it mean?
I don't know, sir. I just felt like saying it one day, and out it came.
Well, you shouldn't say words you don't know the meaning of. People think they're dirty. And remember, I'm just trying you out.
The night that Dewey first played Elvis on the radio, his favorite is Sam Phillips, blasting That's All Right, the airwaves, Dewey's phone started ringing off the hook, and it was all these white and black kids calling on and trying to figure out what color Elvis Presley was. So he was working in a movie theater, he was an usher, and Dewey called his mom's house, and they went and found him and took Elvis on down to the radio station. But Dewey did not tell Elvis Presley he was being interviewed. So when Dewey asked Elvis where he went to high school, and Elvis Presley said Humes, that's how everybody knew he was a white kid.
Through the radio, Dewey Phillips was able to reach this wide audience, black and white, all these kids here in Memphis. And through music, of course, music was a huge part of the civil rights movement. If people can listen to the same music together, they start to see each other as people, and it's not just about race, it's just about the music, the energy, and having a good time.
Can you believe in Memphis they gave me my own TV show? Yeah! Oh, come on! A crazy little Huey was some crazy little fool, huh?
People don't realize that he had one of the first television shows that was sort of a music showcase for rock and roll. It actually predated American Bandstand. His television show was called The Pop Shop. It was so popular here in Memphis that people here in Memphis were choosing to watch that instead of American Bandstand, and so the network television, they actually pressured the local station to basically cancel Dewey Phillips' Pop Shop in order that American Bandstand could take its place.
His vision meets her voice at Broadway's most exciting new hit, Memphis. Memphis. The 2010 Tony Award-winning Best Musical.
Get yourself a wheelbarrow full of bald-headed termites, drive them to the front door and tell them Phillips sent you.